Okay, we're coming to the third way of shooting these black powder guns, and that's with a felt wad. And I'm actually hoping that this system works out as good, or maybe even better than using the lube, because I've got a system over here that works out okay for the lube, but you've got to get your right heating it up and mixing 3 or 4 different components in the stuff, and then sometimes it gets a little too stiff or it's not stiff enough. I've been using this mini grease gun here to apply it. That's worked out pretty well, but then your hands get pretty messy. Well, anyway, this is the felt wad method here that a lot of folks go to, and it certainly be a lot easier. I mean, I didn't get this roll of 1/8" felt here for nothing here a few years ago. Well, I suppose maybe it's been 10 years ago now. Anyway, and you made some dies here that cut this stuff out. Here's a 36 cals up here, and then there's a 44s that we've got, and then you just dip them in some melted like SPG lube is what I've been doing, and I got my felt wads, and they're if they work out well, then I think I'm gonna be switching to them. I've tried them before and I didn't have that great of luck with them, so, but of course then I forgot what my problems were. So anyway, let's get this thing loaded up, and we'll use the same load as we've been doing before as far as powder and ball and everything goes, but we'll be using the felt wad here rather than using the lube on the end of the chambers. We'll be just going with this. So we'll load her up and get to shooting. We've got our powder in, and put these our felt wads right on top here. I'm just going to shove these down like this to make sure they end up going down square on that powder like this. Otherwise you might tweak or something going kind of at an edge, and okay, that's the way I want those. And I'll set the ball on top of that and push her down. Now we don't have to be particular as far as where the sprue is on these things, because that felt wad in there should give us plenty of protection for case of trying to keep the hot gases from getting back into the powder and setting off a chain fire. And I think that felt wad in there is going to do a good job on that, so I'm not worried about whether or not that sprue there is on the side or not. Otherwise, it's got a little flat spot on these, on the Lee bullet molds, where they're cut off. So you get that on the side, and there could be enough room. I actually have a video or something where I'm running a test on that, and I was able to shove that ball down and squeeze some lube by the side of it. So I do know that there's can be a crack there. Anyway, we'll shove these down, and these on our presser, shove these down and get to shooting them. And 644. That concludes the first string. Okay, set up for string number 2 with the wads. These have been soaked in SPG. Six, 5, 9. I think I saw my sight drop just a little bit when that one went off. Okay, here's our third string using the wads. I want to say that I've had probably 180 shots now in the last few days with this Pietta 1860, and I've had no, well, I did have a couple of what I call misfires, no real cap jams, a couple of misfires. Things were getting pretty fouled up in here because I hadn't cleaned the action part out, so the hammer was starting to hang up on some of the fouling inside the frame here, and it wasn't getting a full whack on the primers. The other thing I'll say on this is the third cylinder, and 451 round balls have been going down, you know, really easy with that lube wad going down first. Probably puts a little lube on the side of the chambers to be wiped off some of the fouling. So got a new toy here to check barrel temperature. See if we can see what that reads. 90.6, 92, 90.5. Yeah, looking at the inside of the barrel here, the first half of it is riflings are really show up well. Almost looks clean in there for the first half. And then I get some fouling towards the last half, but the riflings are still visible. So that's after 18 shots with the WAD SPG lube on it. Alright, we're setting up for our fourth string. And a couple of comments. One is when I've been loading here, except when I loaded with without using any wads or lube. That time I was actually putting the sprue cut off on top, but the rest of the shots, which is probably over 150 of them, I just dropped the ball on there, and any which way but loose. I guess any which way it drops on there, then I'll ram it down on that. So that's the way those are going. And the second comment is that I'm always shooting the first chamber here to the left of where the cylinder is marked patent. So we're kind of consistent in that, or been trying to at least. Okay, here's our fourth string, fourth target. Well, it says air. I'm going to go adjust my sunscreen. .639. You know, I didn't feel that one going to the right, so I might think that's kind of a flyer there, but we're not sure. Well, a little bit of darkness to the water, but really nothing at all compared to when we weren't using any lube or wads, which we can, you know, you see that right off. So this is not bad. I'd say that those wads are basically doing some of their job as far as keeping that fouling soft, so the next shot can shout out the barrel, because we've run five targets, 30 rounds through this barrel, so that's quite a bit.